The first thing that came to mind immediately was problem solving. Like, okay, it's going to be in a television studio, so the play should be set in a television studio. Use what already exists. So immediately I just started brainstorming the possibility of how that would be. And that's where I thought the idea of the news report, because the setting up of the desk, the cameras, that would all be there anyway. It would be an easy way to set it up. The play, on its surface, I guess, it's about a number of actors who are news reporters. And I stress in the text that they're not reporters, they're actors. And their job is to present to a passive public the news. Like when the cameras are off, that's when the story starts. So between scenes is when the news is actually happening. There's Jim Donald, that's an older man. Jim sees himself as very much above everyone. He's more intellectual. He claims to be anyway. Right, so that's Jim. And of course, Ashley was his mentee at the previous job.
Is this a test?
Jim Donalds is a kind of a guy that's a little over the hill. He's at the stage in life that he's got a face that he can't do this work much longer. So he has developed a style that cuts people down, especially with Ashley. Yes, I did, didn't I?
But frankly?
Frankly what?
I said, frankly, I think we should start with the shooting in Fairmount.
Why? Somebody die?
No, Donalds, nobody died.
When you look at her on screen, on camera, she seems like this very upstanding, young woman who's made it this far in the business and, she's made a name for herself. But off camera, you see she's like this very irritating, self-centered little brat.
I can see that it's something I would have recommended.
And as you always used to say,
What's that?
start with human drama.
Yes, I have said that, haven't I?
She's so suggestible that she would do anything. And that's what happens with her dynamic with Donald. She becomes so under his spell, but then at this point, she's trying to get out of his control.
You can learn from me.
Please, let it go, Donalds.
I taught you everything.
Donalds, don't say it again. For Christ's sake, don't ever say it to me again.
Why the hell shouldn't I?
Then we have the weatherman, Baker, who seemingly is a naive boy, but actually ends up being the most devious force.
Steve Baker is a shell of a person. When he's on camera in the show, in front of that green screen, he is confident. He is the center of attention. He is in his happy place. He is where he wants to be. He's where he needs to be. But then he goes off camera and he's this little, schoolboy with a crush. Hey, Ashley, brought you something. Say, this weekend will be my 10th high school reunion. Should be a good time. I was wondering, would you like to go with me?
You mean a date?
Why, yes, in fact, I do mean as a date.
Oh, how cute.
I don't know, Steve. High school was never something.
And then there's Jack Redmond. He is the investigative reporter. He comes in with his sleeves rolled up. He's the guy who actually probably does real reporting. He's not just an actor.
First, even as we speak, 2 high schools, Simon Gratz and Overbrook, have completely burned down.
Whoa!
And crowds of high school kids are standing in front of them watching them burn, and they're cheering. Add to that, there are major blazes in 3 apartment buildings, 2 in University City and 1 at 9th and Girard. And there are car fires in 4 different neighborhoods, Junetta Park, Kensington, Bella Vista, and East Falls.
An arsonist working overtime?
What kind of maniac?
I'm not done. There's heavy looting on South Street.
Flash mob, I'm sure of it.
And on Walnut Street, near Rittenhouse, gangs of people are breaking into Guess, H&M, Diesel, and Barnes & Noble.
And there's the floor manager, and then there's the producer who's never on stage. Now, I visualize the producer as sort of the overarching consciousness that makes everything possible.
Good evening, everyone. First, let me thank you for all your hard work. It's an awful night for our fair city, and I'm sorry to say that for our good station, it just got a lot worse.